I think it's an understanding that no one really has that good of a grasp on what they're doing. So you might as well just go for it. No one knows exactly what they're doing. And people will tell you that, but it's hard to understand it until you have a bit of your own trial and error and success even. You have to learn it for yourself. But I'm so glad that that is behind me. I'm so grateful. Thank you, Lord.
No, it's all about starting. It's just picking up and going. You know, people ask, "Oh, how do I start a podcast?" I don't know how many times we've been asked that question, and how many of those people have actually started a podcast. All it did, how did you grow your podcast? How did you get to this point? We just started. That was it. When we started, did we know we were going to be right in 2012? Did we know sitting right here in 2018 that this is what Love Jays was going to look like? No, we had no clue. This was not written down. It's like, okay, this is exactly what it's going to. No, we just started. We had an idea. We believed in this idea, and then we said, okay, we're going to create and expand upon this idea.
And we had no idea what to do. We have not done most things that we have done. We've just kind of had trial by fire. There's nothing, even I remember getting on WordPress because I was like, okay, we need to start this blog. So in 2012, we were a blog and people would write in questions and we would answer from the male and female perspective. And I was like, what site do I use? I had no idea. So we went with WordPress. And then I was like, oh, but I want it to be lovejays.com. I don't want it to be a WordPress site. So then we paid for a site and then we had to figure out how to set it up. And then we had to get people to write in. So in the beginning, I don't think we've ever shared this before, but in the beginning, we had our friends submitting questions like, hey, you could submit this anonymously, or you could just like email me a question and let me answer it, because you have to get it running, right? If people don't know you exist. And then I remember when people that we didn't know started writing in, and I'd be like, hey babe, do you know this person?
I was like, I don't know this email address.
Yeah, you don't know this person, what? And it was so exciting. It was, and so rewarding, because you started this thing, you didn't know what you were doing, and people still came to see what you were up to. And eventually, and you just continue to grow from there. Same with the podcast. We didn't know how to start a podcast. We had to figure it out. And when we launched, not a whole lot of people were listening to it. We watched this podcast grow every single week, and oh my gosh, you guys, it means so much to us. Thank you for your support.
And all that was just starting. That was it. It was picking up, it was having an idea and executing it. And we still have so far to go. We still have so many things that we want to do. We have ideas that we want to execute that we don't even know are ideas of ours yet. Like that's where we're at. But every week we had decided, when we launched this podcast, we said every single week we are going to launch an episode. That's it. That's what we're going to do. And here we are, 91 consecutive weeks. And we're not going to stop. Every Tuesday there is going to be a podcast, a new episode sitting right there in your podcast app. Every single week. That's what's going to happen, because we made that commitment. Here's our idea. This is what we're going to do, and we're going to execute on it, and we're going to be consistent every single week. And that's what it is. And the more conversations we have with successful people, those who are doing things that they love, living in their purpose, the common answer that they will always say is, I just kept going.
Yeah, you have to start and you have to keep going.
I just kept going. I kept going. I kept going. I kept going. I didn't stop. I kept going. I didn't know, but I just kept going. Even if it didn't make sense, I kept going. And that is what it's about.